So hello there. Today's video will be learning about crypts of Libacun. Okay, so here before this, basically I guess that everyone knows about the TS of small intestine. Okay, so this particular part comes under histology of small intestine. So when you further study about the transverse section of small intestine, okay, either small intestine or large intestine, you get certain fascinating glands called as crypts of Libacun. Okay, and these particular glands, that is crypts of Libacun, are found in both small intestine as well as large intestine. Okay, so here right now in my further videos, in my further slides, we'll be studying about the basic importance of crypts of Libacun. Okay, so here this is the total transverse section of the small intestine. Okay, so in case of transverse section of small intestine, you can see particular certain layers. Okay, if you want to know about the detailed structure of small intestine, that is detailed histological structure of small intestine, you can leave a comment in a comment box so that I can prepare my next video on the transverse section of small intestine. If not, if you all know, you may proceed further. Okay, so here in the further slides, you can see that this particular organ which you see, that is actually a crypt of Libacun. Okay, when you further go, you can see in the further transverse section that there are particular villi, and if you see and if you know the function of particular villi are actually nothing but finger like projections which are found into certain organs. Okay, and these finger like projections are present in case of small intestine because they aid into the further transmission or further passage of the food. Okay, that is partly digested food from the stomach to further part. Okay, that is from stomach the acidic chyme is passed into small intestine, and then from small intestine it is passed on to the large intestine. Okay, and that's why we have numerous villi in case of small intestine, and this is because the easy passage of the acidic chyme, which is further converted into alkaline. Okay, alkaline chyme, and this is for the easy transmission of the food. Okay, and when you take a particular detailed view, you can see that in between the two villi, okay, so in between the two villi you find a particular organ. Okay, and this particular organ is nothing but that is called as crypts of Libacun. Okay, so here this organ, okay, when we go to the further slide, yeah, so this particular organ is exactly located, so this particular organ is exactly located over here. Okay, so these both are the villi. Okay, and these both are the villi, and in between these two villi you find the crypts of Libacun. Okay, actually to define what is a crypt, okay, crypt is nothing but there are different specific cells which are found over here, and these particular cells, okay, the different number of cells are joined together to form a particular depression. Okay, particular furrow like structure, and that is itself called as crypt. Okay, so here the basic thing which you have to know about crypts of Libacun is that crypts of Libacun are, that is the Libacun is actually named after 18th century German anatomist called as Johann Nathanael Libacun. Okay, so this is how we get the name called as crypts of Libacun, that is soon after the naming of the German anatomist called as Johann Nathanael Libacun. Okay, and also the crypts of Libacun can be also called as intestinal gland or intestinal crypts. Okay, so these are called as intestinal glands because we totally find these crypts of Libacun in the intestine. Okay, be it either small intestine or large intestine. So these are also called as intestinal crypts because these crypts are found in case of intestine, and that's why we call them as the intestinal crypts. Okay, so apart from that, these are also, as I have told you, these are also found into the villi of intestinal epithelial lining of the small intestine and large intestine, colon. Okay, I'll further tell you what is the differentiation of crypts found into the small intestine and also the crypts found in case of large intestine. Okay, so here the basic thing which I have told you about crypts of Lieberkühn is that they contain multiple cells. Okay, so the multiple cells are nothing but those are enterocytes, goblet cells, enteroendocrine cells, tuft cells, Paneth cells, stem cells. Okay, so enterocytes. Okay, enterocytes are the one which are totally aided in case of absorbing water and electrolytes. Okay, so that is the purpose of enterocytes. And apart from that, you also get goblet cells. Okay, goblet cells are usually bell-shaped cells which you find in case of crypts of Lieberkühn, and the purpose of goblet cell is secreting mucus. Okay, so why mucus is necessary in case of small intestine? You may have a thought about this. Okay, so mucus is necessary in case of small intestine because the easy passage of the chyme, which is the partly digested food from the stomach, so that these partly digested food can be easily transmitted. That's why mucus is secreted, and there is a necessity of the mucus, and that's why this mucus is secreted from the goblet cells. Okay, so now we know about the enterocytes, goblet cells. Okay, and next is the enteroendocrine cells. Okay, by the name you can say that entero is something referring to the intestine. Okay, entero, and the endocrine is something referring to the a particular cell which is synthesizing hormone. Okay, so that is endocrine. So enteroendocrine cells are nothing but these are the cells which go on secreting hormones in case of small intestine. Okay, hormones are basically of different types which you see, and the intestinal hormones are secreted from the enteroendocrine cells. Okay, and next you study about the tuft cells. Okay, so tuft cells are somewhat similar to enteroendocrine cells because these are chemosensory in function. Okay, they have a sensory system which can sense the chemical substances. Okay, that's why the tuft cells have the function called as chemosensory function in nature. Okay, and next we study about the Paneth cells. Okay, so Paneth cells are the one which have antimicrobial peptide production property. Okay, antimicrobial peptide production property because there are certain microbe called as antigens which are invaded into the small intestine. Okay, so there is another thing called as why majority of the bacteria, that is microorganisms, invade into intestine. Okay, this is all because they get the readily digested food which can be easy for them, which can be very easy for them for the absorption of the nutrients. Okay, that's why many of the pathogenic organisms have their home into our intestine. Okay, and that's the reason, just as a primary defense mechanism, there are a group of cells called as Paneth cells which acts as the antimicrobial peptides, that is they act as the regulatory mechanism in synthesizing the antimicrobial peptides which acts as the first line of defense mechanism in case of small intestine. So the last one are the stem cells. Okay, stem cells are totally undifferentiated type of cells because they do not have any particular kind of division. Okay, right now I'll tell you why stem cells are found in case of intestine. Okay, so here the purpose of small intestine is nothing but whatever the acidic chyme is passed from the stomach, that is totally digested in case of small intestine, and then absorption of the nutrients takes place in case of small intestine. Okay, to perform all this particular function, okay, acidic chyme is basically converted into the alkaline chyme. Okay, because the stomach has the acidic nature but the small intestine has the basic nature. Okay, that's why first thing which is done is the acid is converted into the basic chyme. Okay, and the passage of the food also takes place. Okay, when all this purpose takes place in case of small intestine, we do see lots of cell rupture on the outer epithelium of the small intestine. Okay, and that's why to have a compensation for the rupturing of the cells, okay, that is the compensation for all the cells which have undergone apoptosis, there are certain stem cells which are situated into the basal region of the crypts of Lieberkühn. Okay, in further diagram I'll tell you where are different cells situated in case of crypts of Lieberkühn. Okay, so basically the stem cells are situated into the basal region of crypts of Lieberkühn, and they rapidly divide by the help of mitosis. Okay, they undergo series of mitotic division, and the undifferentiated stem cells are totally differentiated into the further process. Okay, and when they reach the apical region, they are totally differentiated into the multicellular, that is the outer epithelial layer of the intestinal wall. Okay, and this is how the compensation of the apoptotic cells takes place. Okay, that is the purpose of stem cells in case of small intestine. Okay, so I'll just take help of one diagram over here. Yeah, you can see over here. So in this diagram you can see that there are Paneth cells. Okay, so I'll take the help of my own diagram. What you can see is, so imagine this is a villi. Okay, this is other villi. Okay, and this is the crypts of Lieberkühn. Okay, so here what happens is the outer lining of the intestinal wall is made up of simple epithelial cells. Okay, so these are actually simple columnar epithelial cells. Okay, these are columnar epithelial cells because they are totally shaped like a column. Okay, that's why they are simple columnar epithelial cells. Okay, so here at the base of this, okay, this is a crypt of Lieberkühn. Okay, yeah, I'll take, yeah, so this is basically crypt of Lieberkühn. Okay, this thing is actually crypt of Lieberkühn. So at the base of crypt of Lieberkühn you find the Paneth cell. Okay, and somewhere over here you find the stem cells. Okay, so these are stem cells. Okay, so here what happens is whenever rapid division takes place, okay, stem cells divide from this region and proliferate to the topmost region over here. Okay, and here you see that these are the matured epithelial cell that is at the apical region of the outermost layer of the small intestine. Okay, this is how compensation of the ruptured cell. Okay, because rupturing of the cell takes place at the outermost region. Okay, that's why the compensation for the ruptured cells takes place at the apical region of the intestinal wall. Okay, this is why the stem cells are present in case of small intestine. Okay, so now we can say that the crypts of Lieberkühn are nothing but these are different specialized glands. Okay, these are different specialized structures. I can have your view over here. Okay, stem cells are situated at the basal region. Okay, the progenital cells rapidly divide. Okay, and divide and form the certain particular type of cells which are found in case of small intestine. Okay, so basically we say that the main function of crypt of Lieberkühn is nothing but you have heard about Brunner's gland. Okay, Brunner's glands are nothing but these are the one which secrete certain intestinal juices. Okay, so these intestinal juices open at the base of the crypts of Lieberkühn, and that's why the crypts of Lieberkühn are totally filled up with the certain intestinal juices called as saccus entericus. Okay, so whenever there is necessary, these juices are liberated from the opening of the crypts of Lieberkühn. Okay, so basically as we study about the function of crypts of Lieberkühn is that it has multiple function. Okay, because it has multiple cells situated in it. Okay, so based on the different types of cells present in case of crypts of Lieberkühn, we can say that there are multiple functions for the crypts of Lieberkühn, and basic function are liberation of the intestinal juice, that is called as saccus entericus, and in some cases we also say that antimicrobial peptides are also liberated because there is the presence of Paneth cells. Okay, and also we see the proliferation of cell division. Okay, that is by the help of stem cells. Okay, and also we say that there are certain hormone secreting cells called as enteroendocrine cells. Okay, so goblet cells are also there which go on secreting mucus. Okay, based on different types of cells, we say that there are different functions of the crypts of Lieberkühn. Okay, is it clear? So last thing which is remaining is the differentiation of the crypts of Lieberkühn from small intestine to large intestine is the only thing, that is presence and absence of the Paneth cells. Okay, so I have told you that Paneth cells are the one which have antimicrobial property. Okay, they go on synthesizing antimicrobial peptides, and the only difference is that Paneth cells are present in case of small intestine, whereas they are absent in case of large intestine. Okay, so this is all about this particular video. So let me know into the comment box that if you have any doubts regarding crypts of Lieberkühn, and also please let me know that which is the next topic you want to listen from me. Yeah, thank you for watching my video. Please do subscribe and give a like for my video. Thank you.